Good evening, everyone. Today I'm here to explain JMS adapter using our dummy freight management project. So basically, when it is our freight management project that we are going to, be explaining with the help of JMS adapter. JMS adapter is basically used for for processing within the system or like on premise. So when the systems that are being connected or the flows that are being used are present on our systems. Whereas SOAP adapter is used for external purposes, excuse me, for external purposes, like when we work on system A, but we have to connect our adapter to system B. So in that there is an external use that is being used. So for that SOAP adapter is used. JMS is used for internal, and JMS gives us a very unique opportunity of retrying. That is when the system encounters an error or some incomplete instructions. It waits for a certain period of time that we have assigned, and the wo- uh, then it retries the request or retries the process that is being processed at that time. If a request is being aligned, it will retry that. So let's start with the explanation over here. Here we basically generate a warehouse code. That warehouse code is going to give us an identity that which warehouse is exactly holding the items that we need. Then we go on to the next file, that is a request reply file. Here we will request a reply that will be used for our main flow, where we are going to combine this WH code to assign it to the specific warehouse and to give the product to our customer. So we use a SOAP adapter to basically send the request, the warehouse code request that is being given using the warehouse code flow. We send that, and using process direct, that is using process direct, we will be basically working in our system only, so it will be just circulating those values into our system. Then when we run this, so using SOAP adapter, we get a HTTP URL that is basically the endpoint of our request reply file that will be used as a sender, as a SOAP sender for our receiver file, and the receiver will have the JMS adapter. So now when we use this JMS adapter, we are basically defining a JMS file that will count the retries or keep track of our retries. Then we have a sender. In this sender file, we basically have given the amount, we have defined the maximum number of retries and the intervals that these retries will take place in. The main file is the file where we combine all of these, our receiver file as well as our main sender file together to generate the required required details for the customer. Am I clear?
Yes, Kirti.
So shall I proceed with deploying these files?
Yes.
So this is our uh, WH code file. Here we are using process direct as our sender. The file is deployed. This is our request reply file. Here the SOAP is the sender, SOAP adapter is the sender, and process direct is our receiver. Okay. Yeah. This iFlow is also deployed. this is our receiver flow. Here we have the HTTP as a sender and the SOAP. Uh, this is the SOAP adapter, which will be taking the endpoint of this request reply file that will be generated over here. Here, this is the URL that will be used over here for our SOAP connection. Let's deploy this. So the file is deployed. This is our sender file. Here, this is our GMS adapter as the sender and process direct as the receiver. This is the maximum retry one. Here we configure the maximum number of retries and then the payload that is coming from our receiver. The file is deployed. Here again, the file is deployed. Now we shall see in the monitoring section. Our files are deployed. Now we will be using the receiver URL and pass it through Postman to basically run this. And the reason why we're using receiver URL as the one, not for main, because main has a receiver, main has the JMS receiver, sorry, the process direct receiver, and process direct receivers basically work on the system, so there is no endpoint generated. So for sender and main, we won't have an endpoint. Mm. Here we are gonna use this. I wish to. And we will use this base 64. We will be using this payload, this 64 encoded payload for our process direct, sorry, for our payload over here. Okay, so we are getting some internal error. So now what I can do is I can go to monitor over here and over here I can see this is failed. This is the error it's giving. I can go in info over here. And I'm given an error of the logging in message. Oh, so this is my mistake. I totally forgot here to add the function name that we are using over here. So I'm gonna go do that. We just have a look and check it with my script as well. Copy this. Save and deploy this. We'll try to send it from here again. The error still persists. Let me now have a look where it. Okay. So
Your endpoint.
basically, pardon?
Your endpoint.
Yes. And let me just have a look. Point.
What error it is giving in Postman?
It's giving internal error, internal
Okay.
server error. I think basically the URL is wrong over here.
Yes, the SOAP URL.
Let me just copy this, change it over here. Yes, my URL is different from the one that I'm getting. It deployed it. Send it up here. See, it's now 200 OK basically means that our request is in running. Now let's have a look over here. So all the files
Yes.
are now completed. And to check that it's completed or not, we can go over here in
Message
message
queues.
queues and we'll see that our JMS is created over here. Yes, JMS is created. Freight retry